last Saturday, no, it was Monday. We heard this sad news that Olena Guzzi, a great person, I didn't have the pleasure and honor to meet, but I've been researching about her, and apparently she really was a great example. And she passed last week, and we wanted to honor everything that she has been doing and all her life and work. And today we have with us Tim Lowenhaupt. He's helping me to lead this conversation, and we invite some of her main teachers, Peter and Maria, and also collaborators from YSI, because she was very close, volunteer and helper to Five Houses, YSI, and many other organizations. I would like to ask to the tech table if you could help us spotlight Peter and Maria, Karina, and welcome, Tim.
Hi,
thank you for being here and helping us to celebrate her life, her work.
All right. Do we have everybody online? There's Karina.
I hope so. Oh yeah, Peter says I'm here.
Yeah.
So we just need a spotlight.
There we are. Hi, Peter.
Hi, Tim. Thank you. Hi, Karina.
So we wanted to take the time, Maria. Hi. Juan and I were talking after Monday, and we decided that we wanted to take some time to talk a little bit about Olena and who she was in all the organizations. She was very involved and highly respected, and many people knew her. And so I just thought I think it'd be really wonderful for all of us to celebrate all the cool things that she did and how she contributed. So, I was thinking, Peter and Maria, like I met Olena in Vienna many years ago, outside of Vienna, actually. And we were having a private teaching together. And she and I couldn't talk. She didn't know English very well, and I didn't know Ukrainian very well. And, but we talked with our eyes. She had this beautiful way of serving. And she had this way she just looked around the room and she knew what everyone needed before they knew they needed it. And she just would get up and take care of people. And it was amazing, for me, was a beautiful example of a student, and also how to serve people. She never asked for anything in return. She just helped. Mm-hmm. But Peter and Maria, I know that you knew her very well as a student and as involved in many of your organizations. And I'm wondering if you could share a little bit of what she did.
Thank you, Tim. I start, Peter?
Yes, please. Otherwise, time runs out.
I know we have like 2 minutes. There are really a lot of things can be said about Elena. She really, like you said, Tim, she had a big open heart. She was such a loving and serving lady being. I remember one time we were teaching in Kiev, and Peter was on stage. He was teaching difficult teachings on emptiness, and I was translating for him. And then in the break, Lena comes to me and she gives me a pill. I'm like, what is this? She says, that's aspirin. I'm like, why do you give it to me? She says, I think you have a headache. I'm like, how do you know? And she just sees, and she already brings me the pill. It's true, I did have a headache at that time. So I'm like, wow, thank you. So she had this incredible ability to see and feel people in the room and give everyone exactly what they needed. It's amazing ability. And also, I think since 2015, when she heard about the pen and about the teachings, she immediately was into that. So she started to study and practice all these teachings we were doing together in different places, the photos. And she finished all 18 deeper philosophic courses, which is a lot. And then she was studying the Diamond Way with us. So she was a very special student, friend. And she had very special experiences, very special meditations she shared with me. So I really would like to believe that it was not just normal death. I think she had some special experiences. And I really would like to believe she went to a very, very good place. And right now, hopefully, she's watching us and smiling. And we had some teachings today in Vienna, actually. And we made some special photo of her and we put with us at the teachings. And then it got fire on it. So we're like, wow, Yelena is for sure with us. Her photos like started to get fire. So she's definitely very special, and I feel like her spirit is with us somehow, and she's happy, she's good. That's my feeling. Peter.
First of all, thank you, Tim and Hasso, Juan, and everyone for organizing and thinking of her. We pretty soon called her Jumper, actually. She was, and she earned that. The story with Marina and the aspirin was one thing, but I remember also she couldn't speak with me much either, Tim. So, but when we were in Kiev years ago and went through those 18 courses, she was the organizer before Max, and then also with Max, and she was beautifully stubborn, and she got things done. When you when you need to organize things, you have to have a certain energy and a certain power, and she had that. And she was jumper because she always saw where people looked at, and she gave people what they wanted. And then when this war started, we had a call, and I tried to say, why don't you move? And she said, no, I want to stay in Kiev. I want to protect the place. And she stayed there with the red Jetson Kappa book, which was kind of a way of grounding us and saying we're going to continue those courses, which we will. We talked about this in our event today. I think when you're around these teachings enough and a lot, and I think when you manage to get into one of those amazing initiations that Geshe Michael created, my level of worry for those beings is not very big somehow. I think we should worry of people who have never met the Dharma, rightly so, I believe. But with Elena as well, it's difficult for me to be only sad, somehow, strangely. And it doesn't have to make a lot of sense, but I know we'll meet again, and I'm very proud of her.
Thank you for sharing, both of you. Karina, I wanted to ask you, I know that Olena was also highly involved with YSI as well. And I wonder if you could share a little bit about her work there.
Yeah, thank you. I would love to. I think a couple of years ago, she reached out to Konila. She and her friend, Tatiana, they wanted to help people of Ukraine, with those who lived with trauma, fear, and pain of the prolonged war actions. So because of that vision of her, because of her compassion, YSI partnered with a lot of experts in trauma, and they have created a free course for Ukrainians to help them overcome PTSD and all of the trauma issues. And this program is still running. It reached over 100 people. So I'm sure that will continue to be used for many, many years to come. But she didn't stop there. She had a bigger dream. She wanted to help. She wanted to bring the wisdom of Lady Niguma to the people of Ukraine. And she gathered a team of volunteers to translate huge amounts of materials of YSI into Ukrainian. And then she committed to help the first 10 Ukrainian yoga teachers to study this 6-month course. And this week, it was the last class. So she was so close to see them finishing that course. And yeah, I know she has been doing a lot of like troubles with all of that, but it never stopped her.
By
So
the way, Karina, she also finished because she organized stipendia, like a
like a
scholarship for
grant, yeah, yeah, yeah.
people to be yoga teachers in Ukraine. And she was collecting money to pay for them to be the teachers. And she finished exactly before that. She
Oh,
finished,
really?
she paid out everything. So it was like finishing of the project. She finished that. She made them teachers and she finished all the financial promises also.
And that's so amazing. I think with your efforts, with the help of Pranamove, Wise Russian-speaking distributor, we now have the whole new branch of Ukrainian teachings available. So like this little ripple, it will spread out because of your vision. So we now have like 40 new Ukrainian yoga teachers, and it will just continue to grow because of her. And I think that was her gift, like that gift of compassion. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Karina, for sharing all that. And the last thing that I would like to add into all of this is she was also Five Houses teacher, and we were holding courses. She was reteaching the course that Geshe-la taught in April of the Song of My Spiritual Life, and she was teaching with Tatiana as well. She was in one of the pictures. She was in several of the pictures, and she had taught the first class, and then she didn't show up for the second one. And Tatiana finished for her. So she kept working. We've heard that as translators or as anyone doing this work, you make a promise to keep working, and even up until the moment that you can't anymore, right? And that's what it sounds like she did. And it's kind of, I think it's also connected with Sugan's text today. We were talking about the transition, right? And they say that in the transition time that she can hear us. And so I think sharing all the stories, she was loved, she was cared for, she loved us. And, Peter reminded me, we called her Jampa. She really took care of everybody. So I don't have a worry about where she's going next. So that was her teaching the first class on July 11th. So we're very happy that she was teaching for Five Houses. She taught for AKM. She taught for YSI, and she also served the community, and she was a beautiful example. So thank you, Juan, for providing this time.
Pleasure. Thank her. And also I want to add that because I was doing research about her, then her friend Tatiana shared a very beautiful document. It's like 10 pages of different people who wrote like sentences or thoughts or paragraphs for her. And it's very beautiful. Maybe if you're interested, you can maybe contact Tatiana, or maybe we can help to get that document. But many of you probably saw the document. And although I never met her, just reading about her really inspired me. Really, I was like, in a good way, I was like, I'm a very, I compared to her, and I was like, I'm ashamed because I was admiring her, how good she did. And she, in a way, as Karina was saying, is doing still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we want to wish her the best. And yes, my hope is that somehow she can partake of this celebration of her life and her work, and keep inspiring us. Really, if we can all take a little bit of her example and be better, it's even more, we help her to keep a presence even in the present, which is very interesting. Can the past affect the present? Okay. So thank you, Peter. Thank you, Maria, Karina, for coming, and thank you all of you for your interest and be part of this. We'll keep time to time talking about some of the organizations she was involved, because I learned about new things, like, for example, this Magic 10 I never hear about, but now I know. We'll talk about it. or the trauma and response. We'll talk more about it. And yes, I'll keep you posted. For now, I think that's all. And we hope all a very great weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Juan. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Juan. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you
Karina.
guys, Sedona. All the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye.